Good morning. Good morning, guys. All right, I'm waiting on Anita here. We're going to do another live fitness and Pilates session. Before we start, I got something for you. Sit right tight. Sit tight. I actually got to put on my glasses. I like to start off with either a word or a statement. And so while I'm waiting on Anita, she should be here any moment. Um, I'm going to give it to you guys. So yesterday I had a quote by Mother Teresa. Hey, Anita, there you go. Today, this one is by Nelson Mandela, and the quote is, "A winner is a dreamer who never gives up." So there's your seed for greatness for the day. Don't give up. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Quote by Nelson Mandela. See what Anita thinks about that. Because I know Anita is a dreamer who never gives up as well. Okay. Let's see. All right. Are you able to come in, Anita?
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you doing?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. It's kind of a loaded question because sometimes I want to tell people how I'm doing, but I know they don't want
Yeah. All right, we'll save that for after the live.
to. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Nora, you want to work out with us?
Is it someone you know?
Yeah, she's here in Bloomington. Beautiful
Oh,
woman. Haven't seen her in ages. We have to catch up, Nora.
yeah. Go.
Yeah. Well, how's your week been?
My week has been pretty good. It's been a busy week, but then you know what? In that busyness, I kind of thought about, and this is kind of where my mindset is right now. What is really important? So if I'm gonna
Yeah.
be busy and tired, let me figure out the things that's really gonna be worth giving my time that are, pulling from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, I wanted to tell you something. I don't know if you heard. Hey, Gretchen, good morning.
Hey, Gretchen.
So I like to start off with some of my lives with a quote. And so,
Yeah, I heard that.
okay, what'd you think? A winner is a dreamer who never gives up.
Yeah. No, I love that. You and I have talked about that a lot often. I'll try and
Yeah.
say a lot and often.
Uh-huh.
And we've just you keeping that flame going, inspires me. And then I start seeing things and I'm like, oh, I have to send Stefan this because it's right in line with his message. And then it inspires me because now I've taken action. And those are tiny little things, but puts a positive spin on what we do and what we do on social media as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Like, so much of my foundation, actually, all my foundation is comes from comes from God. So I just said, I got to really start thinking, all right, what does God want first?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that helps like put out things that are really authentic because that's the whole goal is to
Hmm.
be authentic, let people decide, hey, this
Amen.
is good, and I'm drawn to it.
Hmm.
So I'm learning too. I'm learning by my
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and also like we were given talents, so much, so much of our literally God-given talent. Um, and sometimes it's not clear to us. Like you and I are both multidisciplinary, we have multiple facets. We're multifaceted people.
Yeah,
So sometimes it's not a clear and straight, it's not clear cut and straight and easy path,
right.
but we are called to use all of our talents. So praise
Uh,
be to God.
well, sometimes, like even with you, sometimes I'll meet someone where I'm like, how the heck are they doing all this? But then I look at them and they're doing it very well. And so that lets me know, you know what? There are people like us that can do different things. We're not multitasking because we're concentrating on one thing at a time, but we're able to compartmentalize and give, the energy where we need to in that thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like switching channels on the radio. It's like, okay, we're doing this channel for now, but then we have the power to switch it back, and we also have the creative, um, I want to say mandate. That's the word that comes to me. We have the creative mandate to blend our talents at, the way we want to, you know. I'll give you an example. This weekend I was really busy. I felt like they were 8-hour days, although on calendar it was a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
But 2 days in a row at an art fair. And my friend said to me, I was sharing a booth with her, and we were part of a community booth, and so we were offering a fun activity for people to take part in. And my friend said to me before we went, she was like, nudge, nudge, like, hey, maybe you can talk about your Pilates when you're there. And I was like, what? I'm going there to do crafts. Like
Yeah.
crafts and Pilates, like it makes sense to me, but how am I gonna, like, I'm not gonna be sitting there selling it. And lo and behold, I met wonderful people, and I met a couple of girls who are like, one of them, we've connected over social media, and they're just so delightful. And they were delightful at the craft station, and they were like, we have talents that we can share with each other, and also just delightful. Like they were like, yeah, I've been really, really wanting to do Pilates, and so we are called to share our talents. We're not meant to like take that light and hide it under a bushel. So here we are. Thanks be to God.
Yeah, amen. So anybody who's listening, who's an entrepreneur, or they just want to get better at, I don't know, their profession, or whatever the goal is. There's a book called The Science of Selling, and I've been reading that because obviously being a entrepreneur,
Right.
I gotta sell, right?
Yeah.
I hate selling. That's the thing. I like talking about stuff. So I know in order to move forward, I got to generate sales. And
It's a small problem.
uh, but the guy helped me out. He really got me to look at it differently.
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with the relationship that we have with ourselves, what we're telling ourselves, but also
Yeah.
he broke down the science of selling in essence of influencing people to think about, your product or your services because it'll actually help them. And
Yeah.
thinking about that, he's like, yeah, you know what the problem is what we're telling ourselves. But if you have the right frame of mind about what your service or your product is and how it can help people, mainly how it can help solve a problem for them, he said,
Yeah.
look at it in a totally different light because you got to be able to talk about it with authenticity, authenticity,
Yeah.
um, um, like confidence, you know. So
It translates as confidence, and I think sometimes we're skeptical. Those of us who read below the surface, we're skeptical about the whole process, but then now we have to put on those clothes and do the same thing. So it's yeah, there's a long and steep learning curve ahead for me, anyways.
yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
relationship based, and I don't like people selling me. But then I realized, if I'm relationship based, then that's where I gotta stay in my lane. And so
Right.
now, again, like, and I say this because you never know who's watching. Hey, it might help.
Sure. Yeah.
We have something that's helping people.
Yeah.
They're going to look for it anyways. You got to make them aware of, hey, you know what? I have this, and if you need help in this area, I'm a person that can help
Absolutely.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, listen to the men. So, can I start first actually, and then we'll finish with your segment?
Let's do it.
Because I took notes, and I'm gonna bring my mat down so it doesn't move on me. I
Okay.
noticed that was a real distraction last time. So I messaged you last night about, I saw you have a ball. Mine's horribly deflated, but it works really well for Pilates. Do you also have a foam roller? Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna give you a neck release. Okay, I noticed that you were really, really tight and you were trying to work out something.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna touch kind of like the tip of the iceberg on this stuff, but this one we should take our time. Go ahead, and you're gonna lie down on your mat, and I'm gonna talk you through this as much as possible, but I can set you up. And you're gonna place the back of your head on the foam roller. It's the occipital. It's the occiput that you want to set right at the base of the skull.
Yes.
Ooh, that is already stretching me out. And if you let your ribs sink down, take a just a really, really natural releasing exhale, getting all the tension out of your body, and let the back of your hips feel really heavy. So you're laying the tailbone down on your mat, and that already, does that feel a little bit different than when you first lay down?
Definitely.
Okay, so that's our starting point, and you can have your legs straight. I like to keep the knees bent so that my feet are flat and I'm just a little bit more anchored. Palms are flat into the mat as well, and allow the collarbones to open up. And you're already doing the thing that I was going to take you into doing, which is turning the head side to side. Keep the head nice and heavy, and as you move, you start to observe if the front, the SMC is a little bit, was it SCM, SMC? I always get them mixed up. The whatever. The muscle in the front of the neck, right? The big muscle in the front of the neck. As you turn your head to one side, let the shoulder get really heavy. And you're going to build on this at home. I'm just going to set you up for the first one, and then you go to the other side. If you feel like you're tucking your pelvis, like you're about to go into shoulder bridge, release that. It's a sign of tension when the shoulder and the neck are tense, the hips get tense, and the glutes start to move. So we want everything sinking into the mat. Turn the head and let that release. So on the replay, I would recommend that you pause here and do this 3 or 4 times. And you're using your exhale to release your weight onto, like, just yield to gravity, basically. All right. And we can add on to that by turning the head until the cheek comes right onto the foam roller.
Okay.
And then
I put my hoodie on because it's freaking cold in here.
you'll be taking it off soon.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. All right. This is it for the slow moving part. Oh my goodness. Yeah, as you move around too, like it starts to reveal to you, oh, this muscle is kind of tight. This muscle's been, and it sometimes the muscles that are tight are the muscles that have been overextended because they're like trying to, like tug of war, the person who's at the back is pulling the hardest. So it looks like they're leaning forward, but they're actually really, really tight. So I would just, oh, I found something. Okay, I gotta get off of this, otherwise I'll be here for the whole segment. So that is the first part. Actually, now grab your foam roller. Mine is a half length. I think you'll be okay with that. Yeah. So now you're reaching it up to the ceiling. Your head is nice and flat, and you're gonna reach the foam roller up to the ceiling and just notice if the hips react. You want to try to separate the movement from the hips. So they're still yielding to gravity as you protract your arms, reaching them up to the ceiling, and then allow the shoulder blades to rest on the mat. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last one, keeping arms straight. Going for that stretch between the shoulder blades. And last, release. Okay. Actually, you can keep this up here. With the arms reaching up, now press the feet into the floor, and you're going to tip the pelvis so that the tailbone is up to the ceiling now. Belly sinking down to the mat, and then release. And then one more time. I usually do a few more reps, but we've only got time for one or two. Okay? Then you're going to go the other way. So you're lifting the belly button up to the ceiling. Just notice how that stretches the back of your shoulders. And then set the belly button back down. One more time. It's like a thread being pulled up through your belly button, lifts up to the ceiling, and release. Okay, and that's kind of my protocol for releasing the neck. I go foam roller, shoulders, opening up the rhomboids, and then just a little bit of the tilt and the tuck. All right, or lifting in one way and then lifting the other way. All right, we're ready for the 100. You're going to straighten the legs out. This is where the ball comes in handy. I want you to go ahead, grab your ball, and place it between right above the ankles on your lower leg. And you can have your legs in bent position, a little bit past tabletop, so you look like the letter Z. Or you can have the feet on the floor. If your feet are on the floor, I'm going to put your feet on the floor, actually, Stefan, and then put the ball between your knees.
Okay.
So feet are flat, and then your inside of the knees are squeezing the ball.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. Actually, I lied. Let's do one more. Well, let's do one pelvic lift. So you're going to press arms by your side into the mat. Keep squeezing the ball. It's not how high you lift. It's about how much you squeeze the ball and then lower down. And all the way down. Yeah, exactly. All right. Keep the ball there.
Keep it there?
Yep, keep it there. So lying down. I said we were going on into the 100. We're going to cut lots of reps. So reaching the arms up. Normally we do 10 sets of 10. We're going to come on up and do 5 sets. So make them worth double.
Okay.
So knees are, bend your knees, feet flat on the mat, squeezing the ball in between the knees.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to lengthen the tailbone though. Make sure that you're not in a tuck. Curl the upper abdominals and pump the arms, leaning forward. Oh, yeah, reach the hands towards your heels in your 100 position. Here's your 100 curl, and this 100 curl is going to be everywhere. Keep your arms above your belly. And it almost feels, you can feel space between your tricep and your lats.
I got a slippery ball here.
It just, depends on the material. So you could just place it in a spot that means your legs cannot move. So it's not so much about the arms. Let's make it more about the upper abdominals. Whew. Stretching out. I've lost count. Come on down. All right, take your ball, roll on up to seated position. We normally do roll up. And we're going to do half roll back, keeping that ball between the knees. So it's, do you remember the thigh master, or was it the thigh master?
Uh-huh.
That thing in the 80s that everybody was like, right? All right, so half roll back, come up to seated, and feet are flat, squeezing the ball, hands behind the hamstrings.
Flat.
This ball. Yeah, hands behind the hamstrings, and you're going to roll back, get a nice stretch, and pull the belly back, and head reaches forward, and then lift up. So we don't roll all the way down to the mat yet. Yeah, just pulling back, get that nice stretch. If you're stiff from standing, did you do a lot of standing this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this gets that out. Keep the feet rooted on the mat. Don't let the toes curl up. Keep the belly reaching back and up.
How'd you see that?
Well, if you're, because I see you standing a lot in your videos, number one, And number two, I know that you're working a lot at the gym. And number three, you can't sell t-shirts sitting down.
You are.
So imagine your belly. You can even put your own hand on your belly because we really want that curl. Keep the hands still, belly pressing in. This is the part here, Stefan. When you come up here, there, when you're halfway up, hand on the belly, press back, press back, press back, so that you get this opening up, right? So I'm pointing to like middle of my rib cage, middle of the thoracic spine, coming forward and then straighten up. All right, we're done with the ball. Let's go into the single leg circle. Come down onto the mat. You got your ball. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's going to either always be between the knees or between the hands. So you're holding the ball up and then stretch one leg. Now, when you stretch the leg, let's go for straight today. It doesn't have to be fully 90 degrees, but it has to be completely straight, both legs completely straight. So that top leg that you got lifted, you're going to come across your body. Only one leg is lifted. Only one leg. So it's single leg. Sometimes it's called one leg circle. So come across your body, down, around, and up. Keep both sits bones down on your mat. And we'll just do one more in this direction. Hold at the top. Maybe you finish your circle. And then reverse. So you go out from the top, down, across, and up. Out. That's your inhale. Exhale brings you from bottom to top. I was aiming for 3. Okay, then bend the knee, stretch that leg out. The other knee bends, lift the leg straight. Keep the bottom leg straight. Now, the top leg comes across the body. Oh, that's a nice IT band stretch right there. If you keep your hips square on the mat the whole time, you get an IT band stretch as the foot comes across. Whew. And last one. Kind of reaching the leg long as you come out and up. That's where it likes to bend. And then reverse the direction. So you're going out, good, across your body and up. Then 2 more. And up. And here is your last one. And up. Bend knee. Slide out. And curl on up to seated, bending the knees. So now you're in rolling like a ball position. Now you have 2 options. You can put the ball between the knees and your chest. Let's do that. And you have a slippery ball. So this is going to be really challenging. And mine is slippery in this position. So you're going to grab your feet. And you can also grab the legs behind the hamstrings. Try to squeeze the feet together.
Okay.
And you're going to roll back. Inhale. Oh, my goodness. And exhale. Caught it with my chin. I cheated. All right. Inhale and exhale. And you can see. No, take the ball with you.
Oh.
Roll. Yeah, roll. Inhale and exhale. So the space between your knees and your shoulders stays the same. And by putting this ball here, hang on. Watch me do one.
Okay.
I got the ball between my thighs and my chest. And I have my knees bent. I'm curled up like a ball, and I roll like a ball. And you notice it's hard for us to hold that all the way. We try our darn best. Yeah.
Okay.
So in full position, we'll have the hands on the shins, but if the knees come away from the chest, right, like mine just did, then you can put the hands behind the hamstring. Otherwise, you can try this. Inhale and exhale. Oh, I can't hear you. Sorry.
Did you make this exercise up?
No. Just what Pilates did. We did it last week. We did it like this, just without any props. Maybe. Oh, it's harder on this mat. Okay. Yeah. Really important for keeping your spine supple, finding your abs to hold that shape. There you go. Good. All right, let's do 3 reps. Our single leg stretch. I don't think I'm in the frame. All right, there we go. So you're going to hold your ball again right over the middle of the shin, and the other leg extends long. And then switch. And we're just going to switch. It's like threading a needle in a way, holding the ball and try to stay centered. Excuse me. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Do you have your head up? Use your 100 curl. Your upper abs curl you up. All right, bring both knees in. You set your head down for a brief second to release that tension. Use your upper abdominals to lift the head. Do not strain from the neck. And then you're going to inhale. Let's bring the arms back a little bit. And then exhale. And then inhale and exhale. My device is speaking to me. I have to turn something off. No. Okay, whatever. There you go. And exhale. Keep the head up the whole time. Keep the head up. Keep the head up. Up. As the arms go back. Arms only go back as far as you can keep the head up. And exhale. Last. Well, we said 3. I'm horrible counter. And then roll on up to seated. Okay. So 3 spine stretch forward. You're going to have the ball right between your legs, hands on top, and you're going to roll forward. Get that nice stretch. And again, have that belly on your hand feel. In fact, we'll do 1 each hand and 1 with both hands. So right hand comes across, right arm comes across your ribs, and then roll the ball. Get that nice stretch, even across the shoulder, back of the shoulder. Okay, and then other hand, and go straight forward, centered. Keep your spine centered, no rotation. Did I say switch to left hand across your ribs?
No.
Okay, yeah, put your left arm across your ribs. Right hand is on the top of the ball. Roll forward.
Okay.
The 1 arm spine stretch. Now both hands go on top of the ball. As they roll forward, just imagine that feeling of when you had your arm across your ribs. That's the stretch we want to hit at the back, the mid back, the upper back, the back of the shoulders. There you go. All right. And then we go into saw. So saw, arms out. You're going to rotate. You bend the forward arm so that the hand comes on top of the ball. And the ball, you're going to roll that towards the same foot as the other hand reaches back. Does that make sense? And then you come back up. If you want to incorporate the ball, that forward arm always bends. Like it has to bend at some point. Okay. Right? And then straighten out, twist, bend the forward arm, find the ball, and you're gonna roll it forward.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And then straighten the arm out on twist to the other side, find the ball. I don't know what it is about this. I think it's pressing down on the ball gives you extra feedback.
Yeah.
And just 1 more on your second side. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. All right. So get your foam roller. And we'll do swan with the foam roller. Wow. You're lying on your stomach, your chest is lifted, and your hips are anchored on the mat. Hamstrings pull the legs, squeeze the legs together, and then hamstrings pull them up off the mat. Okay, so my kneecaps are off the mat. The arms are straight, and I'm going to roll and exhale. Well, I don't like it that far up. So it's halfway down my forearms. And I inhale, reach the chest forward, and exhale. I want my hips to stay anchored. Inhale to come up, reach your chest towards the forearm, towards the foam roller. Arms straight, Stefan. And in front of you, straight in front of you, and the foam roller is on the floor. Move it up forward so that it's under your forearm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
No. Oh, like,
Yep. And then it rolls as you lift,
uh-huh.
it rolls towards your wrist.
Okay.
And as you lift your chest, you're not lifting high, you're actually reaching forward with your sternum. And exhale down. Kind of how I talk to my cat. Inhale up. Right. And exhale. Stretch your spine out more. And keep the kneecaps lifting off so you're still using the backs of your legs. There you go. And inhale up, reach the sternum forward. Good. And then exhale, that gives you length. We're decompressing your spine. Essentially, it's, the upside down tables.
Mm-hmm.
What are they called? Inversion tables. That's kind of what you're doing,
Okay.
even though you're completely horizontal. There you go. Yeah. And there's a comment here. Oh, Gretchen says, I'm going to go rest. You both have a great day. You too. I hope you feel better, Gretchen.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, good. And then rest and then come up for a stretch. And we're going to go into, we skipped corkscrew, but that's okay. We will go into our teaser. So I had thoughts about teaser. Ball goes between the knees again.
Okay.
And I'm going to set you up with half roll back. And we're going to extend one knee up. One foot stays down and one knee comes up. So the half roll back is a really important exercise for the teaser. You have the feeling of a hand on your belly and you stretch your spine forward, right? That's what we did for half roll back.
Okay.
Arms are parallel to the legs and keep the head stretching forward as the belly lowers. That's your exhale. And then you inhale up. And then you exhale down. And then you inhale up and exhale down. Yeah. If you don't have the ball, squeeze the knees together.
Oh.
I don't like to feel the inside of the bone there.
So
You can also take your sweat top and fold it. And it's just something to squeeze inside the knees.
okay.
And belly reaching down. And it keeps reaching down as the hands reach up. And we got to keep track of time here. And yeah, that was 3. So don't go all the way down because you want that V-sit look. Ugh. Exhale and inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Should feel like you're stretching your upper back.
Yeah.
No? And the lower back is decompressed again. Everything you do on the inversion table is the guiding principle for what we do in Pilates. Give yourself a rest. Yeah. All right, let's do seal. Another great rolling exercise. And then we'll skip a whole bunch of stuff and get on to push-ups because we got to finish strong. All right.
You can you can just do the workout today, the exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So let's do seal.
Okay. All right, so.
Clap your feet. Squeeze the feet together.
Okay.
Roll back. Roll forward. I'm going to cut out the back, the claps at the back. So we're just clapping here. Once you're balanced on your sits bones, squeeze the feet together. I think, come on up. Thread your arms inside of your knees.
Okay.
And then the hands come to the outside of your ankles. So you got your arms here, right? So put the arms inside the upper thigh.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Upper leg is what I meant. And then, back and forward. And remember when we did rolling like a ball?
Yeah.
You got to stay round. Oh, harder on this mat.
Yeah.
And help yourself by lifting the hips, just using the lower abs a little bit. The more curled you are at the top, the faster you'll come forward. It's just physics. There you go. Yeah. Come up to standing. And we'll finish with our Pilates push-ups. And this is where the mat goes up. It's not very push-up friendly. Okay. So my upper body gets cut out here, so I'm just going to kneel. You're standing
Mhm.
and your arms come out to the sides and up, and then you curl forward. Okay, so here pretend that I was standing, hands come down, and you walk out. Elephant walk out. Be very centered as you do this. Stay centered in your plank. Heels are squeezing together. Crown of the head reaches forward as the elbows bend back. 2, 3. Lift up and walk the hands back. Keep the toes relaxed. Arms come out to the sides. Lift up. Yeah. All right. Remember seal how you had to use your lower abs?
Uh-huh.
Use that for your walk because you need to stay a little bit rounded as you walk out. Otherwise, the hips will go side to side.
Uh,
No merengue. And then 3 and 2. Last 1. Lift. Lower, curl the lower abs. Release the toes and up. Last one because it comes in 3s. Roll down. Walk on out. Strong plank. And 3 and 2. Last 1. Lift up. I was trying to lose my balance. And take an extra stretch at the bottom. Lift on up. And I always call this the victory moment. Ta-da! Woohoo!
good stuff.
Slow, but not easy.
Good. I was actually going to do that last exercise and my session, but hey, I think it's better the way you did
Cool. Yeah. Whew.
it. And guys, hope everybody who's watching got a good workout too, or a good warm-up session.
Yeah, and it was a pretty light paced session, so that it can also be a recovery session. It can be like if you've been standing. I tried to sit. I would had to remind myself, okay, sit now.
Yeah.
But I just, you just pop up. People coming by, and you're like, you pop up.
Yeah. It's funny because like the core exercises with the body movements, that's an area where I'm not real good at still.
Right.
I mean, I feel it. Like now, if I do another exercise I've been doing for a while, it's different because my muscles are used to it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we're trading our strengths.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think it's better to be balanced and functional,
Right.
right?
Like the boxing that you showed me last week, I realized on the replay that I was twisting from my rib cage. I was not connected all the way through the hip. And I was like, that's, it's different. It's different than how I just went into Pilates mode where we often keep the hips still and we rotate. That's the saw. And it's a um, great reminder that our favorite discipline is not the answer for everything.
Is that
Like cross training is really important. There is a time and place for the things that we do, and what happens in Pilates stays in Pilates, and hopefully it'll strengthen you and make you better at other movements. But it doesn't mean that you are going to solve all of the mysteries of life with that one key.
you're a philosopher too? You know that
I think I got it from my dad.
some of these things you just said, I don't know, are they Anita's original philosophical ideas, or are these things you've heard other people say?
Um, I think somewhere somebody has said, some people believe that Pilates is the answer for everything. Other people believe that, um, yeah, like they're different, and it's been part of my own search, like
Uh,
because we talked about this last week, how I just really love Pilates, and not everybody has that same kind of commitment. And I also realize that love for something doesn't mean like you're mutually exclusive. Like you actually need to cross train so that you're related to other things. You have to kind of get out of your bubble. So that's, whatever I just said earlier is the result of this exploration.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Um, so this is cool because I have different people from different walks of life who follow me on my Seed for Greatness handle. And
Oh, awesome.
some of them, I don't know if they're really been exposed to Pilates. So I
Uh-huh.
think it's good because I come from a very like hardcore athletic background, like
Right.
football, track and field,
Yeah.
soccer, weightlifting, boxing. Those are hardcore type.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we don't really venture off into Pilates as a practice. So
Right.
I actually really like what you're doing right now.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah. And I appreciate your adventurous spirit and willingness to try it because yeah, it is different.
It's
And we could go at different speeds, Sometimes we go fast and furious, and other times we go like today was a little bit kind of deconstructing, and I had specific things in mind for you based off of what I saw and in my teaching and in your movement last week.
yeah, I really appreciate it. That's why I just feel the whole, the fitness aspect of life is sometimes that gets overlooked because we're
Yeah.
in our bodies, our like our main instrument in life,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And so finding those different exercises and tools to make it great as possible, no pun intended, but
Right.
make this engine as awesome as possible because we use
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I know you have to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I do have something coming up, and I know you have to get going too. We had the same kind of cutoff point, but this was great. We'll do it again next week.
Yeah,
Next week is your turn. We'll work on the boxing and figure out like how I can be more. And it's something that I need to work on also, because just getting the hip into that reach forward.
yes. Yeah, we'll do some more. We'll do some boxing. We'll do some movements that require coordination, hand, eye, feet, and then,
Hmm.
of course, some core movements, probably that align very closely to what you do in Pilates, because I
Yeah.
try to take those moves and incorporate them into my daily routine. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we can. It doesn't always have to be Pilates. I can even show you some of the exercises I used to do before I got into Pilates.
sweet.
Yeah.
Where can people follow you at and get a hold of you if they want to hire you to train them? And
Yeah, my handle is Explore Pilates. My website is also, www.explorepilates.com. And I'm available for Zoom lessons, and I'm in Bloomington, Indiana. So anybody in town, hit me up for a lesson. Thanks, Stefan.
so welcome. You have a great day, Anita.
You too. Stay great. Keep on being great.
Thank you for joining us this morning.